The Young and the Restless spoilers shock. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful, sunny day outside, but things in the soap world are absolutely dark, twisted, and completely out of control. Grab a coffee or whatever you need to get through this, because we have a massive storyline to unpack and it is a wild ride. Let's dive right into the madness. So let's just get right into it because I'm honestly still processing what I just watched. You guys know I've been covering the Young and the Restless for a long time, I mean years. And I thought I had seen Nick Newman do some unhinged stuff in the past. But this is a whole new level of dark. We all know Matt Clark has been playing this ridiculous I have amnesia game ever since that brutal physical fight he had with Noah. And honestly, who actually believes this is going to end well? Nobody believes Matt is actually suffering from memory loss. The guy is a master manipulator. He is just faking it to escape justice and avoid prison. But Nick has completely lost his mind. He just snapped. I mean, after everything Matt has put this family through, the poison drugs, the kidnapping, the constant terror, I get being angry. I really do. But kidnapping the guy and dragging him into a dark basement, that is some Victor Newman level stuff right there. Actually, maybe it's worse because Nick is supposed to be the good guy. Nick is supposed to be the moral compass of the family. And let's just zoom out for a second and look at the bigger pattern here. Nick has been struggling so hard lately. A few episodes ago, we watched him literally crash his car into a cliff because he was so high on the stuff Matt and Sienna pushed on him. His whole family has been terrified for him. Nikki was screaming in the hospital. Victoria was staging interventions and trying to get Victor involved. Nick was a victim. A complete and total victim of Matt's sick games. So what does he do? He decides to use the exact same weapon against Matt. It's poetic justice, sure, but it's also incredibly messed up. He takes the trauma that was inflicted on him and he projects it right back onto his abuser. He ties Matt up in this dark, creepy basement. I don't even know whose basement this is. Is it the same one Phyllis used a few episodes ago when she kidnapped Matt? Probably. Genoa City only has like 3 basements anyway. Just ropes and darkness and pure vengeance. And Nick is standing there with a syringe full of some extremely heavy, potent drugs. What were the writers thinking here? Are they trying to turn Nick into a full-blown villain because crossing this line? You don't just walk back from injecting someone against their will. You just don't. But Nick's logic, if you can even call it logic in this state, is that the drugs will make Matt drop the amnesia act. He thinks the sheer chemical force of the drugs will strip away Matt's defenses and force him to confess to all his crimes. He wants Matt to admit he remembers everything. He wants justice for Noah, for Sharon, for himself, but forcing it out of him with a needle. That's torture. Let's be real here. It is literal torture. And Nick is just standing there, cold and calculated, holding this syringe. It's terrifying to see the golden boy of the Newman family sink to this absolute bottom. I was watching this thinking, Nick, don't do it. Put it down, just walk away. But he doesn't. He plunges that needle right into Matt. And the reaction is just instant. Matt starts thrashing. He's tied to this chair or whatever in the dark, and he is just screaming, the screams echoing in that basement. It gives me chills just thinking about it. Matt is struggling hopelessly. The drugs are hitting his bloodstream like a freight train, and his eyes are rolling back. He's begging, he's crying out. And for a second, Nick just watches. He just stands there waiting for the confession. He's so blinded by his hatred, so desperate to prove Matt is faking the amnesia, that he doesn't even realize he's gone too far. He doesn't see the danger until it's literally slapping him in the face. Because here is the massive twist that I think none of us saw coming, but we probably should have. Matt doesn't just get high and start spilling his secrets. He goes straight into a massive, violent overdose. His body just rejects it, or the dose was way too strong and suddenly the interrogation is over. Matt is convulsing. He's foaming, he's shaking, he's dying, right there on the floor of the basement. And suddenly the reality of what he just did hits Nick like a ton of bricks. The cold, vengeful Nick Newman vanishes, and the panicked, terrified Nick comes rushing back. Because if Matt dies right here, right now, Nick is a murderer, a cold-blooded, premeditated murderer. So now it's this frantic, chaotic race against time. The scene just flips from this slow, dark psychological thriller into pure panic. Nick is scrambling. He's trying to keep Matt breathing, trying to figure out what to do. Should he call 911? If he calls 911, he goes to prison for kidnapping and attempted murder. If he doesn't, Matt dies and he goes to prison for actual murder. It is a no-win situation. And the irony. The absolute bitter irony of Nick, who just survived a horrific drug ordeal caused by Matt, now desperately trying to save Matt from a drug ordeal caused by Nick. It's almost too much. The writers are really laying it on thick with the parallels here. Let's talk about the logistics for a second because, honestly, it's driving me crazy. How did Nick even get Matt down there? Matt is a big guy. He just had a massive brawl with Noah. Was he already weakened? Did Nick drug him first just to transport him and then drug him again in the basement? If so, no wonder the guy is overdosing. You can't just pump a human body full of narcotics like it's a water balloon. Nick is a businessman, not a doctor. He has no idea what dosage he is giving Matt. It is so reckless. It's beyond reckless. It's just plain stupid. But honestly, I have to ask, how do fans on social media even react to this? I was scrolling through Twitter earlier and people are so divided. Half the fans are cheering Nick on, saying Matt deserves everything he gets and worse. They're like, good, give him a taste of his own medicine. But the other half, and I think I'm in this half, are just horrified. We love Nick because he's supposed to be better than this. He's supposed to be the Newman with a conscience. Adam is the one who does the dark, twisty stuff. Victor is the one who locks people in dungeons. Nick is supposed to be the hero. But maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe trauma just breaks you. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Trauma changes people, and Nick has been through so much trauma lately. And let's think about the fallout. Let's just pause and really think about the ripple effects of this one stupid, impulsive decision. What happens when Sharon finds out? Sharon has been his rock. She literally just saved him from that explosive situation in Vegas. And now he's out here acting like a serial killer in training. She is going to be devastated, and Victor. Victor will probably be proud, honestly, which is sick, but true. Victor was just dealing with Patty Williams extorting him for $2 million for Matt's location. If Nick just kills Matt, it saves Victor $2 million. I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's the truth. The Newman family dynamics are so messed up. And think about Adam. Adam has been running all over Las Vegas trying to save Nick. Adam locked Matt in a room. Adam fought to get the truth out of Riza. Adam has been playing the Dark Knight this whole time. If Adam finds out that Nick the Golden Boy, the brother who always judges him, did something this evil, oh man, the dynamic is going to shift so hard. Adam is going to have a field day with this, or maybe he won't. Maybe Adam will actually be the one to help Nick cover it up. Wouldn't that be a twist? The two Newman brothers bonding over a dying body in a basement. But what about the legal side? Christine is already on a warpath. Well, she was before the whole AI evidence trap blew up in her face. But the police are going to be involved. Noah just had a physical fight with Matt. Matt is on everyone's radar. You can't just kidnap a guy who is the center of a massive police investigation and shoot him up with drugs and expect to get away with it. Even in Genoa City, where nobody ever goes to jail for more than a week, this is a massive crime. Nick is leaving DNA everywhere. He's leaving fingerprints. He's not a professional criminal like his dad or brother. He is going to get caught. He's absolutely going to get caught. And the crazy thing is, did Matt even confess? Through all the screaming and the convulsing, did Nick actually get what he wanted? I doubt it. When you're overdosing, you're not exactly giving clear, coherent courtroom testimony. You're just trying to breathe, so Nick risked his entire life, his freedom, his soul for absolutely nothing. Nothing. He just made everything 10 times worse. He crossed a line into the darkness and he didn't even get the prize he was reaching for. It's tragic, really. It's a tragic downfall of a character who used to be the moral center of the show. So where do we go from here? Does Matt survive? I mean, he's a soap villain, so he probably has 9 lives. He'll probably survive, wake up, and actually have real amnesia this time from the brain damage. Wouldn't that be a kick in the teeth for Nick? Or worse, Matt survives, remembers everything, and now has the ultimate blackmail material over Nick. Drop the charges against me, or I tell the cops you kidnapped and injected me. Matt would totally do that. He would absolutely hold this over Nick's head forever. Nick just handed his worst enemy the loaded gun. I don't know, guys. I am exhausted just thinking about it. I've been staring at this screen for hours trying to make sense of this plot direction. It's messy, it's clunky. But I can't look away. I really can't. Every time I think I'm done with this show, they pull a stunt like this and I'm right back in, yelling at my TV, Nick Newman, you absolute idiot. You brilliant, tragic, broken idiot. We will have to see how he manages to save Matt, if he even can. Because if Matt's heart stops in that basement, everything changes forever. The Young and the Restless will never be the same.